Welcome to 2 on the 10.
Oh, we back 2 on the 10, baby.
Sir,
I'm Paul.
I'm Mitch.
Greedy.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, another week in the books.
Yes.
Yeah. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm
Are you?
recharged. Yeah.
You recharged?
Yep, definitely.
You seem a little. You got the little champ spirit on you.
Well, I have that every week.
Yeah. Okay, but this week I don't know. Seemed more than usual, but we'll talk about that.
We'll get into that. Yeah.
We'll get into that in a little few, but no. I'll start off. Normally y'all go with the weekend, whatever. But I'll start off with my weekend.
How was your weekend, Paul?
I had the in-laws in town, so they've been in town for a whole week. My girl's brother, he just got married down in Tucson, so went down to the old Ponderosa.
Okay.
Was able, every time I go down to Tucson, I gotta get my EGs, so that's just.
You get the bacon ranch fries?
Come on now,
Girls, EG when they see me.
you know what time it is. I don't know, it just tastes so much different down there. It's just crazy. So.
Probably the dirt in the air gets in the fries.
Gives it that nature
Yeah,
flavor.
exactly. The natural environment habitat.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay. Yeah. Motherfuckers. Anyway, so that was it was an interesting weekend. Weddings are always pretty eventful. So this was like no other. Congratulations to the bride and groom, Cody.
Isn't that the one in the rock band?
Yeah, he's in the screamo band. Check him out. They call it the Rat Trap. Okay. So they're like rap but rock screamo type shit. Okay. Not my type of genre, but it is. It is what it is. A lot of people like that shit. So kind of it's like Rage and because I do like Rage Against the Machine. It's a little bit in between that and some rock stuff. So definitely, but I dropped them off at the airport 3:00 in the morning. They're going back to Indiana, so it was good seeing them. Played a little pickleball. I don't know if you knew. I tore my meniscus like 4 months ago, so I haven't been able to do much cardio. Fuck man, I gained fucking 10, 15 pounds of weight, so I was able to finally play pickleball.
I did that this weekend. Don't worry about it.
So I was able finally to play pickleball a couple days ago. It feels great, so I'm happy about that. Get back on my grinds, just in time for summer, so I can try to get this summer body back to square one. But
If not, there's always summer 2025.
but no, I got a little traveling coming up, so I definitely got to try to get in some kind of order, man. You know what I'm saying? It just gets harder and harder every every year. We'll talk that, take that. But anyway, it gets harder every year because you just get older, man. The metabolism slows down, so it's just fucking every year. It's brutal on myself, and I do it to myself every year. I don't know what's wrong with me, but anyway.
Can we say this? I want to add to that.
Uh-huh.
You are right. The metabolism, it's a proven fact. The metabolism slows down.
Right.
Can we also say it's a proven fact that just look at generations and generations, that guys, I don't care what age group you're at, but if you're over in your 30s, I think the testosterone levels, it's proven with everything going on in the environments, with the food, with the air, with the chemtrails, with whatever else you want to call it, that guys' test levels are lower.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we've talked about this on the show earlier when we had Doc on air. I get tested every 6 months, but I take TRT every week just so I don't be running around crying, acting like a little girl.
You down with TRT? Yeah.
You know what me. But no, so I totally agree, man. It's in. Like I said, the chemicals and stuff that they're putting in our food right now, you know what I'm saying? It's causing estrogen levels or the rising
in the food and the water and the bottle, and the plastic bottles for the water.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
So,
and the chemtrails in the air.
Yeah. So I don't know, but on that, that was a question we should have asked Doc when we were on the show. Yeah. I was wondering, because we evolve, right? Yeah. As human beings, we evolve over time. Yeah. We're living longer than we did, even our grandparents' age, stuff like that. And my question is, even though they're putting all the shit in food and stuff like that, you could definitely tell the steroids and the beef, as far as the girls and the guys being overdeveloped, way more than what we were. what does our bodies adapt to it, and just it learns how to deal with all the pesticides and chemicals and stuff like that we got going on.
I would think so to a degree. I mean, look at roaches. You can spray Raid on them and stuff, but eventually they get used to those.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I think those changes are going to take longer than this generation will be able to comprehend. What'll happen is over time in future generations, they'll gain a resistance.
We got a doctor's opinion here, but he's not on the show right now.
I play a doctor in the bedroom, but anyway, but no, that's just like, that's just thoughts to me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, these, how these vaccines are going to, affect folks and stuff like that. I mean, we've already started to see.
How wonderful they are.
Yeah.
Have you got your booster yet?
I'll clearly tell you, I didn't get the original. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I think everybody on this panel was able.
Speak for yourself.
He's like, oh no,
Hey, 2 in the 10 podcast is jab free.
We're not getting canceled off YouTube again.
oh, that's right. I'm not. Hey, we were talking about shots of.
Tequila.
No, we can't even talk about alcohol.
We're talking shots of peptides.
Yeah. What does it know? What is that, like bee pollen? Isn't that what people take shots of?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was bee pollen shots. That's what it was.
Yep.
But anyway, but no. So that was kind of my weekend. And with a week in a nutshell, was dealing with a lot of family stuff, and I was, like I said, I was able to finally get outside, and
You got a little son.
yeah, got a little son. And this,
How old is he?
no, I don't got no fucking miscellaneous kids out here acting like Drake.
That we know of.
Yeah, acting like Drake and shit. Nah, motherfucker, I got fixed. What, 20? Hold on.
No kid's name Adonis.
Jordan was like, no kids better be popping up. I was like, oh, she's about to be turning 26 this year. I was like, ain't nobody popping up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let me ask you this. Your daughter said that to you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting because I talked to my daughter about 3 weeks ago, a month ago, and at no time did the subject of kids pop up.
Right.
Okay, and I don't, hope she's not listening to this, whatever. But I get a phone call from her mom afterwards, like about 2 days. So I knew it had to be something that was upsetting or whatever, because she doesn't call me for any reason. And she goes, "Hey, Ash was kind of upset. Why?" She said that you're having a kid. And I'm like,
Oh,
what?
was she listening to the podcast?
No, she don't listen to the podcast, and if she does, sorry. But no.
I'm sorry.
But no, she called her mom and complained, was upset because she said I was having a kid. And she doesn't want my girlfriend.
Where'd it come from?
About Chris, I don't know.
She must have understood. You said you ate so much you had a food baby.
Yeah. And then I told my ex, what's it called? That no, we're getting a Bengal kitten. But no, that wasn't even the misunderstood part. It was you're living with somebody, you're living with your girlfriend. She's younger than you. She's gonna want a kid. You guys are gonna have a kid, and you're not gonna tell me. Whatever. And I don't know.
Okay, what? Okay, it's crazy that. Okay, so it's crazy. I don't know. Well, I mean, Nick, you didn't have an ex, so you didn't have to kind of deal with this situation, and you don't have any kids, so yeah. But that was the same. I've had that same exact conversation with both my daughter and my son about having another kid now at this age, and they were like, "You better not do it." Or I don't want one. Or if you have a girl, I would, be so hurt, something like that. And I'm like, where's this coming from? I mean, because it seems like, our kids are grown, essentially grown, and now they're telling us that you better not have a kid. You know what I'm saying? Where do you think that's coming from? It's like they don't want to share the spotlight. They don't want to have a younger sibling, or what do you think it is, man?
I truly don't know. I would say, even though they're old enough to where, here's the other dynamic. When they're old enough, they don't even check in, or you don't check in with them sometimes. Time passes. Right. I mean, just like, they're grown adults. They have a busy schedule.
Right.
I know my daughter, I don't talk to her during tax season because she's an, accountant, CPO, all that stuff. So
right.
So
she goes away. Yeah. And then she goes on vacation after that, right?
Yeah. And it's like, okay, it's cool for us not to talk, but if somebody else pops into place and and talks to you, I'm upset.
Gotcha.
Like I don't know. I don't want to get too far into it. I don't want to get to.
So do you think she would think that a new baby would replace?
Probably, or just even the place as for her, the only daughter. I don't know. I can't speak for what she's thinking, but I guess I can guess.
Yeah, because I mean, technically, she's the only child. You know what I'm saying? And then for dad to go off and have another baby boy and another baby girl, she's no longer the baby.
Yeah.
Because as the kids, no matter what age, they're still a baby.
They're a baby. Yeah, exactly. Of course.
And what I tell them is they gotta realize is our love ain't gonna change for them.
No, and their position's solidified.
Hey, what does she think? Mitch is Al Pacino or what?
Well,
Does she know how old he is?
well, I mean, Al Pacino, he's 80 having kids, and Mitch is 72, so he's still in the ballpark. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know what ballpark that is.
it's on the. So
Well, it ain't Pickle Park where you're at. So it's cool.
look, he up here, because he knows it's on the table, ain't it?
Oh, we got Bengals.
Oh yeah, Bengal Cats.
Yep.
I saw the motherfuckers. I saw the motherfuckers online. They dope. Though. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, shout out to Molly and Ollie.
Yeah. Oh, Molly and Ollie. So we got the names for them. Huh? Molly and Ollie. That's what we got.
Yeah.
All right. That's dope, man. But I saw like their markings and everything. They're dope, man.
Yeah, they're
bad
really
looking cats.
They're smart. They're special. Glad. I wouldn't have changed a thing.
Is it two girls?
No, it's one girl. It's
One girl, one boy.
one girl, one boy.
Okay. Because it looked like I don't know if it was a boy, but one of them a little bit more aggressive than the other one.
I don't know. I was like calling him Diddy and shit.
Yeah. Oh, it's the boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because I can take it now. The female cat was sitting up there on the chair, and he just come out of nowhere to just whack her.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was like,
But then she always be, man. I told her she got to use the whistle when it counts. She got to use the rape whistle when it counts. Because she'll sit there and just like she's such a baby. I'll pick her up. She'll just start screaming like you're hurting her.
Right.
And like she doesn't, and she'll do that with him. Like he'll attack her, and she'll. But then she'll sneak up and bite him in his ear and start crying.
right. She
Yeah, like
she knows about the repercussions about to happen on her.
yeah, she's like a WWE manager. Like hits you in the back of the head and starts crying. No.
No, don't hit me. Don't hit me. I'm fucked up.
Hey, she's smart as hell though. I ain't gonna lie. She's gonna be like the one, and he's gonna be like the big dummy. Okay, I'll do it. It's funny too because Chris is tripping out because now the cat doesn't want to like. Ollie used to be in the bed all week, and like these cats, they want to run around all night, and they'll pop in for a second, say hi, and then run around and get in trouble.
Right, yeah.
And
because now they got their companion.
Yeah, exactly. But that's going to be the best thing for the long haul. But it's so funny because the boy cat Ollie, who's the one that's been in the house for 2 to 3 weeks already, and who feels it's his territory. But it's funny. All he does is watch what she does. He'll sit there and watch her, and go over to her like every other chance. Knock her over, bite her ear, whatever, and she's just trying to explore stuff and goes on her own.
Well, that's his little sister.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what's so funny. But so shout out to Molly and Ollie.
Definitely. All right, Nicodemus, how was your weekend, baby?
It was good. Went and saw comedy show this weekend.
Oh, I never asked both of you motherfuckers. How was Matt Rife?
Matt Rife was funny.
Was he funny?
Yeah.
Is he funny or is it on the TV thing with the clips?
No, he's Go ahead, Mitch. You start.
I'll just say this. I'll say this. His clips that he had, it'd be hard to outdo that because they were so in the moment.
Right.
They were so perfect. They were so witty.
Right.
But he stays funny, in my opinion, the whole way through.
Okay.
He's very witty. He's very bounce back. He gets a lot of it looks off the cusp to the point where you have to question, is this staged? Does he set people up? But he's a very witty, very funny, very cerebral cat. So definitely enjoyable. I'll let Nick speak for the rest, and I'll throw my two.
Yeah, so I guess he had 7 shows at the American Financial Theater, whatever it is, downtown. Broke the record. 7 sold out shows. Wednesday night, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday.
Right.
They said over 35,000 attendance over the 7 shows. Broke the record for that theater for the most consecutive sold out shows by anybody.
Wow.
That's counting everybody that's been there. And I saw, Chris Rock there. I've seen
Is that the Cat? I think we've seen Cat Williams.
Cat Williams there. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. He has a huge following. Obviously, the ladies seem to love him. Right. So he has a big female following, but he has some of his jokes and they're good. Everybody wants to see the crowd work and him talking, and I just think it's a little bit more difficult when you're in an arena of that size.
He's that big.
How about this? Let's just keep it real. When you're in Phoenix,
Yeah. But if you were in like the Tempe Improv or, Downtown Live,
Yeah.
where there's like 400 people, it's a lot easier to have crowd work than it is when you're in a huge arena with, 5,000 people, 7,000 people at a time, because you can't see who he's talking to. The people upstairs can't really see what's going on, can't really hear, can't hear the people in the crowd.
Gotcha.
Or if you're in a small venue, you can hear everything. So it makes for better,
Gotcha.
his crowd work better. Yeah.
intimate venues.
Setting. But overall, he was great. The comedians before him were really good. Just a fun time, just a fun show. Everybody was in a good mood. I didn't see any issues or drama. The one thing I will say is security was no joke there.
Really?
They had him walking around. One of the girls was walking around with like night vision goggles, trying to see people using their
If you had your phone up, they were gonna.
Yeah, if you pulled your phone out to like check a text,
Yeah.
you're out.
Yeah.
They're gonna kick you out.
Let's put it this way. I remembered because I was like, oh shit, I forgot my volume on my ringer. So it's the first guy coming out, for the opener, and so I decided to pull my phone out and just hit, end or like power off. So I just hit power off. It starts spinning off. She's right there, and then she goes, "Can you get that girl down there? Can you yell at her?" I'm like, but she was gonna try and correct me real quick, but she saw it powering off. I just wanted to turn the phone off so that
Gotcha.
Yeah, she was
So they were the phone Nazis, as you would
Well,
say.
I know, like when I went to go see who was it here, Chris Rock and Dave
the bag.
Chappelle, he put it in the bag.
They can
what I'm
zip
saying?
it up.
Yeah, he put it in the bag where you couldn't get it out, and you had to have his number, and then you get your bag, and
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with that, and the reason that a lot of these comedians are going to that, is because in this society where everybody's about, everybody's got to be offended by something.
Yeah.
You can't even tell a joke anymore without people getting offended.
Yeah.
And it's a sad state. Like you can't tell jokes. You can't tell, especially can't tell stereotypical jokes, because that's racist or, bigoted or, anti-trans or whatever you're talking about. People take offense to it. So his big thing was he took some heat in the past over some, transgender jokes, which I think a lot of comedians have recently. Dave Chappelle, same thing.
Yeah.
So the comedians just don't want to deal with it. Like if you come to their show, you're there to see them. But then if you throw it online, the people that would be offended and that won't go to the show will somehow find it and then make a
I'll
big
also
deal
say,
about
I'm
it.
going to add to this too. That sounds like a good politically answer, and probably is part of the answer. But I'm also going to say, until they do their material in city to city, whatever, and then they do their tapings, they don't want that material to be recycled or used by some
That's
other
true as well.
comedian.
Yeah.
I think that's actually the more PC way to hide it, in my opinion, because again, there's a lot of a la Cat Williams suggesting, that there's a lot of
People stealing jokes.
stealing jokes or taking the joke and being so influenced by it.
Right.
And I was in the clothing game, and what's it called? We had some shirts, some sayings, and whatever. And you'd be surprised, some of the biggest players in the game steal your ideas.
Really jack
Yeah,
your
yeah. And then all of a sudden, they put some copycat in them, and that was the clothing game, and it was cheesy, and we weren't, it's not on the level of these, A-list comedians and stuff.
You know what's-
but it's the world we live in.
I got you.
If someone can advance themselves, at least in the group they're in front of, and make themselves look important, they'll do it any means necessary because that's their dream or that's their goal, and then they'll justify it looking in the mirror however they do. Trust me, I've been through it, seen it.
Right.
People steal your shit, and we'll just be like, oh, what are you talking about? Business? That's good business.
You know what's funny? Speaking of your clothing, when it took me back the other day. I was watching a press conference from Tyrese Halliburton. This is after they beat the Knicks. He had a Reggie Miller shirt on with the infamous choke, something like that. But they had his eyes crossed. They had his eyes crossed out. And I remember you guys used to make shirts like that, and you guys found out the workaround that. And you guys were one of the first that I've seen do that, where if you cross the eyes out, for some reason, I don't know what the copyright laws or whatever, but you can see the image, but now their eyes are crossed out, so it technically you can use that image. So you would know that, you would know what that one is.
Well, I mean, it was also one more step from a cease and desist. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it was you just did that because it was a cease and desist, and you're like, okay, cool. You're not going to go like it'd be different if you did a Kim K shirt, and she's like, we want to see the financials for that. We're going to sue you. You got to give us this, this, and this, and this, and pull it. It was a whole different story. It's like, oh, just don't do that again, and we don't want to see it.
Yeah, and the other thing with that too is, it's not only the person in the picture that may say, that's a copyright infringement. It could also be the person that took the picture.
Yeah, we've had
we experienced with that on a certain picture that of a certain celebrity and their final moments that we used for a shirt, and we get, you know, the actual photographer
Hit us
is
up.
the one that goes out and tries to hammer down and,
Yeah,
and cease and desist and try to sue.
it's past 7 years, and it's all allegedly.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but my thing is, if you cross the eyes out, then you.
No. Well, we didn't cross the eyes out, but either way, it's still going to be like if you take it to court, it's still going to be: are you creating confusion in the marketplace for the person who has the rights?
Gotcha.
That's with anything. That's like saying you cross the eyes out to the Chicago Bulls logo, and they're going to be like, there's still confusion in the marketplace.
Gotcha.
Trust me, I could speak on a couple situations, you know, that I know legally on that.
Situations.
But I'll say this though, with the one with Tupac, he had the it was the last photo with him and Suge Knight in the car, and he had that photo, and we ran with it, put it on a sock. It was amazing. And then he hit us up with a cease and desist. And then I remember I wanted to negotiate with him, you know, what it would cost. And for whatever reason, he never came back to us with what it would cost. You know, so if you guys are doing clothing lines, you know, it's you know, I mean,
But the
again,
crazy thing is that photo's been used so many times.
exactly.
Illegally, though.
Yeah.
It's illegal. I mean, I've seen them on documentaries. You gotta get the.
Well, then they just paid for the rights to, you know,
Okay,
whatever.
gotcha.
Show it.
Or honestly, sometimes that guy just wants the credit at the back of it. You just never know when to negotiate everything. Everything's negotiable. You know what I mean? But so, so just to say, with the clothing, and I know it's not the same thing as comedy, but again, it just shows you an idea that people steal, people to justify it any means necessary, and then, you know, and everybody, you know, of course, to advance themselves, you know.
Gotcha.
So you got to be careful, and these comedians seem to be doing that, you know.
That's crazy having to track down every time somebody uses that fucking photo. You imagine that shit?
It'll be a pain in the ass.
Yes.
Like, what kind of life are you living?
Like how'd they figure out your socks? Somebody famous must have. I mean, at the one time I remember.
I mean, at one point we were. I mean, the socks were getting pretty big. I mean,
Yeah, I remember
on
T.I.
TV,
Like
T.I.
T.I. I remember y'all was
Mayweather,
in.
Snoop,
Yeah.
Bash had him in the Celebrity Power 106 game where everybody thought there were tattoos of him.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was crazy. And we were in the Mall of America and all the, you know, we used to have meetings with Foot Locker to, you know, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Good experience. I'm glad we had that experience, no matter what. That was.
Yeah, that was.
Sometimes I think about going back. Like, man, could we relaunch?
I don't think. I think you.
Sox came and went.
Sox. Yeah, it came and went. It was that. Y'all. It was
that era.
It was that perfect. It was that perfect storm, and that shit hit like that shit hit hard. But I remember this. It was a fun time watching you guys do.
And the only thing I would say different, and again, I wouldn't even change any of it. Fuck it. You're here for, you know, your past for a reason. But I remember when we were arguing. We were arguing about our quality and doing it hand printed versus going to China and mass producing them. And I remember being in the argument with a few other people going, hey, look, we got to just get these mass produced because we got to fulfill orders to all the stores that want them.
Yeah.
Like, no, we got to do it quality wise. And I go, I get quality, but here's the thing: we don't have the structure. We need to get the name out there,
Right.
so that people go, we buy this brand, not, oh, well, check this out, buy us because of this. We can't get enough people in front of enough time before, you know. And again, the other brand that actually stole from us,
Yeah.
patterns and everything, that went to China and did it. They're still around and they're making millions. Power to them. I hate them, but power to them.
Gotcha.
You know,
Yeah, still around.
yeah, you know, I mean,
Yeah, I think I saw him at Ross the other day.
yeah, there are a lot of closeouts, but they're still heavy in their what they do.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting, and they weren't even that creative, man. It is what it is. But hey, like I said, I'll take that story, you know, tenfold and everything that came with it. And
The ride was what
the ride
it was,
was
the
insane.
experience.
It was crazy.
Some of the stuff we got to experience over
I
the
pitched a
years.
meeting at Foot Locker's headquarters with the presidents there. You know,
Bro, that's dope.
yeah,
That is super dope to be able to sit,
Yeah.
you know, across the aisle with,
yeah,
you know,
with the heads of the Foot Lockers and them go, hey, can you also when they were doing the Jordan 23 store at certain locations, they're all, hey, can you go into our store, do me a favor, and just critique it and send me the critique, please, of what you think. You know, there was. I still got to find some of those emails, but either way, we'll, you know, get off subject. But yeah, good little. You know,
anyway.
history.
All right, sorry, we ain't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all good. So yeah, so I saw that. I also saw that Martin Lawrence is coming in town in July. I might try to catch that show. I've seen him before, but he's pretty funny. So, and then with Bad Boys, the new Bad Boys coming out.
Yeah, it's
maybe
coming out in
maybe
Jan-
got some new material, something. Still, I've never seen Eddie Murphy live.
Oh,
In person?
I know. I
I've seen
went,
Charlie Murphy.
Supposedly he was going to start doing stand up again after.
Really?
Yeah, because he is the new Beverly Hills Cop movie's coming out here soon called Axel. And then supposedly after that, and he already did the other one, Coming to America 2. And then I think he was supposed to do one other movie that like a remake or a
Golden
addition.
Child 3.
And then he was gonna start. He talked about maybe starting doing like a tour again, which I would love to see.
Yeah.
I would go just to see it. I don't know if he will hit like he did. Like his jokes when I was coming up were so fucking, was so
Yeah,
like,
he's a different cat these days.
yeah,
let's
yeah,
just say that.
exactly. It was
Looks
so
wise and everything.
It was so funny, bro. I was, and it was, they were,
Like you say, like his titles, he was raw.
he was raw. That's what I'm saying. But it was that funny. It was raw, but it was also like basic. And like I said, a lot of the jokes that he said back then, he can't get away with now.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
About,
The gay jokes, the race
gay
jokes.
jokes. Yeah, the gay.
Well, you can get away with race jokes if you're the race, but if not,
But like the gay jokes, you know, with the
Yeah.
with the woo.
everybody knows that one. And by the way,
God.
we're making a siren sound, so
yeah,
don't
yeah.
bitch or two on the 10.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that shit was funny though. But now, if y'all know what I'm talking about, go see. Is that Delirious or Raw? I
Go
think
watch
it's
them
Raw.
both. Go watch them both.
Yeah, you go watch Delirious and Raw. You'll be dying.
And
laughing.
then also watch some Richard Pryor old specials too.
Yeah, but
He was so good.
definitely.
I miss old school comedy. Like I grew up on Martin Lawrence or not Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Sam Kinison, just like some of the old school comedians that were just
Dane Cook.
even back in his day, Bill Cosby was fucking hysterical.
No, yeah.
Totally
Cosby was funny too.
I mean, who knew the whole time he was raping bitches? But I mean, he was funny.
Yeah,
he
I mean, here's the thing: you want to see some up and coming, go back and pull out Def Comedy Jam.
Yep.
Def Comedy Jam broke so many comedians before they got huge, and that shit. I used to look forward to every Friday watching Def Comedy Jam because on HBO.
and then Real Sex right after that.
That is fucking the truth.
That was like the
was a Friday
early
night.
90s.
I mean, like, what the hell shows? We're going to paint dildos. What the
Hey,
fuck?
that was like the early 90 kids porn because we didn't have the internet.
Yeah,
It's like, hey, let me sneak out and watch HBO after 10:30 because
Yeah.
you might see Real Sex or there was another show that had like some nudity in it. And it was like, one of those two shows might be on because, my parents weren't getting Cinemax back then because I was like hardcore, softcore.
Oh my gosh,
Back in the day.
Cinemax was that.
Skinemax. After like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, that was.
All of a sudden, like it would change and like, oh.
What about them converter?
Why is there- hey, why is there-
And what about them converter boxes?
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, if you looked at them, it'd be blurred out. They'd be blurred out, but sometimes you can see the shit. You'd be like, ah.
I remember when I used to hear people had the descramblers.
Yeah.
That was like, hey, where'd you get that from? I didn't even want to.
Oh man, the scramblers was huge. I knew somebody back in the day. I knew.
Yeah, I knew someone that used to program the DirecTV cards. You could
yeah.
watch straight DirecTV.
back in the day.
Y'all remember Spice Channel?
I said, yeah.
And Playboy Channel.
I remember DirecTV days, man. That was some. You're taking me back right now.
Why is this charge on this guy? I don't know. Someone must have pressed it on accident. Every month.
That shit used to be pretty funny. But
So other than that,
I
this
said it was broke.
classic line, one of the classic lines of all time. Said it was broke. So on Sunday,
they
I was hungry. I had a man's type hunger, but I wasn't enough to
So that's a first.
to go the distance. So I went to Sal's Gilbert Pizza, which is, one of my favorite pizza places. And they happen to be having a pizza eating contest.
really.
And they were doing a large baked ziti pizza, which is a large pizza with baked ziti on top with a vodka sauce, real rich, real thick, real heavy. Like each slice is, like we said, about maybe a quarter to a half pound.
Yeah, I'd say at least a half pound. At least half pound.
So it was like, probably 2 to 3 pounds of pizza. And I looked at it, I was like, I'm not going to do it, but I know someone that might be interested.
Well, it probably wasn't. It probably wasn't Kobayashi because he just retired.
No, yeah, I heard Kobayashi retired.
He just retired.
But on that note, Mitch,
But one champ was down.
one champ, the champ of Laughlin. Now he's maybe claiming the champ of Gilbert as well. Mitch, how was your weekend, by the way?
My weekend was all right. So first of all, went to the Matt Rife concert with Nick and his brother. Hey, first of all, it was pretty cool. We pre-gamed at that Thai spot.
Thai Basil in downtown.
Basil.
Oh, Ty Basil. I told you that's my shit.
But it was like the OG one too. And there's a
He's
beer,
talking about the one in Tempe.
I think I took a picture.
there's a beer they have there. Oh my! And they say they're one of the only people that gets it. Oh my God, that beer is amazing.
Bro, listen.
It is called Chang Classic Beer Lager.
Yes, that's the listen.
Chang.
That's
It
the
sounds like when you toast.
so that is like the official beer in Thailand.
Yeah.
I drink that all day.
It's
amazing.
delicious.
Oh, it's so freaking good. It's so. Here's the thing: is
It's like the Heineken of the East, or
yeah.
whatever.
The thing is,
Far East.
I drink a lot of chain beer because of the fact was they have a problem in Thailand watering down their liquor, and so I used to pregame with the Chang before I went out when I was in Thailand when I spent the 2 weeks in Thailand.
It was clean.
Man, so good.
There's a lot of funny business in Thailand, apparently.
Yes. A lot of things don't seem like they are, but anyway, that's another story in itself. But no, Thai basil was dope, bro.
Yeah, it
Did
was
y'all have any?
We had some appetizers.
I mean, but did you have any food there?
No, we just have appetizers in there.
Okay, because their curries, that yellow curry.
Yeah, we're gonna head back in there.
Yeah,
check it
no,
out.
right,
and
let me know.
The
Let me know. I wanna
bartender was super
Oh,
cool.
she was awesome.
She was super cool. And so then we pre-gamed over there, so I just had to mention those beers.
If you ever want to say thank you, say cup kuka.
Okay. Cool.
For you guys out there, I'm around first in that.
I just want to make sure, do we trust Paul on this, or is he asking, where are the lady boys?
Lady boys.
But go ahead.
But so did that, did the Matt Rife thing, and then I'm going to add to this. After Matt Rife, first of all, we went, even though there was a pizza eating contest the next day for me, but we had some slices over right across the street.
Via Della Slice Shop in downtown Phoenix.
Good.
Yeah, money.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
money.
it's
It's money.
Yeah.
Place is really good.
A little bit
I would
more
like it.
fancy, but they're crispy.
Yeah. You like it.
Yeah,
I think you like it.
yeah.
I think you like it. It's really good. Really good.
What would you equate it to?
Nothing.
Nothing. It's its
It's
own.
its own animal. Okay.
And they got so many different New York slices ready to go
Really?
that I think you find something.
Yeah, and they're I would say more gourmet.
Yeah.
Because they like spruce them up a little bit. It's not just like a pepperoni or a cheese.
But they do have that. Though.
They do.
But what's it called again?
Via Della Slice Shop.
Via
Della.
Della. It's down off. I know it's downtown, but where?
7th and Adams or something, right?
So
Yeah, like Fifth Avenue. It's right across the street from
Buren.
from the Van Buren and Stardust Pin Bar.
okay.
So anyway,
Okay.
speaking of that, and then we went over to what's that? Ziggy's.
Ziggy's, but when Starbucks.
Yeah, the Stardust is the speakeasy, hidden speakeasy in the back.
Okay.
Have you heard that?
Yeah.
You go through like the big door. It looks like it's like a cooler door.
I've been there. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, a cool little
Dope
spot.
little bar.
I mean, people danced. They were playing. My boy from the radio, or used to be at the radio station, Power 98.3. Oh, Jesus was DJing, so what's up to him? Cool to see him. I haven't seen that kind of few years. And they had good music. People were dancing. And then, so just checked it out for, a quick little bit, and then took the ride back to the East Valley. It was cool. We were talking food with one of the drivers, Uber driver. He was a foodie, so we were exchanging food spots.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Fun. That was dope. And then Sunday, met up with Nick and his family at Sal's Gilbert. And I'm going to be quite honest, too. I didn't know what to expect. Mm-hmm. First of all, I ate pizza and drank beer the night before.
Okay.
Okay. And then...
So you knew you was going into this, and you ate.
yeah, and I still... Yeah.
Hey, the funny part is the week before is when I found out about it, so I signed Mitch up.
Right.
It was for a charity, Susan Komen,
Okay.
breast cancer. The lady does the walk, and she does a fundraiser a couple times a year at Sal's.
Okay.
So I was in the weekend before, sitting at the bar having lunch, and she's like, "Oh, are you going to sign?" Because I said, "Hey, just let me know anytime you do a fundraiser. I'm down to donate." And she's like, "Hey, we're doing our pizza eating contest next week." I'm like, "Oh," she's like, $50 to enter. You going to enter? I was like, "No, but I'm going to pay for someone who will." And I'm like, "I'm bringing in a ringer." Right. And Mitch, go ahead.
So anyway, I came in, but the cool thing is I've been to that place since day one when they first started, and they're one suite. Now they're 3 suites deep. Guy Fieri's been on to their place and stuff, so they're super popular now. I've been there when they first opened up. We all were. So I'm an original customer. I do support them, and so Nick got me in there. So we all were hanging out. But I'm gonna say this: I thought I was gonna go to the gym Sunday morning. I was lazy, and then on top of that, you're not supposed to for food contests. I started looking it up because here's the funny thing: you guys know me. Most of the times when we eat and I go crazy on like someone challenged me on a burger or this or that, we've already been drinking and we've already been out.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
And we probably already had dinner.
Yeah, we already had dinner every time.
Yeah.
And even when I did this 48-ounce porterhouses with Lambert in Chicago, I wasn't even hungry. Like we were drinking and we continued to drink. So I was like, how do you change that? So I'm reading up on all the to do's and don'ts. And the one thing I realized is I didn't give a shit every time I just popped in, and it just was what it was. does. So I'm like, man, am I overthinking this shit? You know, like now that's not pressure because it's for charity. But I'm like, man, I don't want to, you know, go out there and have these new age people to start whooping your ass. You know, Like, and then on top of that, I do enjoy that slice. That ziti slice is one of my favorite slices.
Okay.
It's a top 5 slice.
Super heavy, super rich.
But it is super heavy. Like you can have literally one slice and be good and go, hey, I'm good.
Okay.
That's an amazing slice, you know? And it's heavy and it's rich. I mean, again, with the cheese, with the pasta sauce, with the noodles on top and everything else. Like I'd say it is half a pound. It's probably a 3-pound, 4-pound pie, you know?
And I'm gonna tell you, if you ever go there and have it, and let's say you're like just gonna try a slice because they always have ziti slices, and you get a slice of cheese and a slice of ziti, or a slice of pepperoni, slice of ziti, eat the plain slice or the pepperoni slice first, because once you have the ziti slice, there's so much flavor. When you go back, the other slices taste like bland or off,
a little bit bland.
because you have so much. There's so much flavor with they use the vodka sauce on there and mix it with the red sauce. It's super
I'm
flavorful.
going to say this. I literally think easily I could eat 2 slices of pepperoni to every one ziti, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
Easy.
Truthfully. So I just want to
You know, like I said, I gotta give Gilbert Pizza the 3rd chance.
You liked it the second time.
Not really, but
You ate it.
Listen, I ate it because I was hungry, but I am going to go give it a 3rd chance. Okay,
Hey, I told you, I'll pay.
and then I'm going. No. We're going to
We'll
go
do
here.
the ziti pie.
We're going to go here soon.
I will do a ziti pie.
You better give me the best pie you got
and
there, 'cause I'm gonna come on the show.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna get you their wings. You're gonna love their wings too.
The wings are good. And their Caesar salad's good. So let's finish this up real quick. So I show up there. Me and Chris show up. Nick's family's out there. They're eating. We get there a little bit late, of course. I mean, 15 minutes before the concert.
Hey, but we got there an hour early, so I was hyping Mitch up. I'm like, oh, he'll be here any minute. The champ's coming. And I guess they did a thing where they put cups out and
bet.
they had names. So there was like 12 competitors. So
could bet.
the other people could buy raffle tickets and then put their raffle ticket in the cup of the person they thought was going to win.
Right.
If that person win, they drew for like prizes out of the winner person's cup. So everybody else was betting, and Mitch wasn't there yet. So there was a couple in his, but second Mitch walks in, everybody starts. Mitch's cup was like almost overflowing by before the contest started. I was like, they saw Mitch walk in and they're like, all right, we got some real competition here.
And it was fun. I looked around, and again, I hate to say this, but like the pictures don't do it justice because they look corny. There's like kids, there's babies, there's whatever, but it was all for charity. But there were 2 kids in there. There was a couple grown men, but there were 2 like teens or 21-year-olds.
Yeah, one of them I think is the owner's kid.
And supposedly one of them won it last year or whatever. And so we're starting the competition, right? And he comes out the gate and he's just tearing them up. And he's talking shit. And like everybody's, oh, he's going to win this easily. And in fact, he was saying he could finish the pizza in 5 minutes, remember?
Yeah.
Like I'm hearing that, I'm like, whoa. And I'm not even looking, I don't even care. And here's what's funny. The pizza's so heavy, I tried to pick it up and start eating it.
Yeah.
But it was falling off. It was a little like.
So what was your strategy?
So my strategy was honestly knife and fork it, take, and what's it called? And then when I get to the part where I can pick up the crust, cut it in half and eat those pieces, pieces.
Gotcha.
And so I'm taking my time, but I'm eating at a good pace.
Slow and
But,
steady wins the
but
race.
here's the thing, I'm going to enjoy the shit. I told Nick, because they give you 45 minutes, they said the most slices to finish, in 45 minutes, or, what's it called? So they said it's not.
I really think they didn't think anybody was going to actually finish.
No, exactly. Yeah. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, took the first slice out pretty easily. I get to the second. Now, by the time I'm halfway through the second, that kid's on his third.
Oh, okay.
He's on
Wow.
his third, and he's like, and he starts talking shit.
Right.
And they're like, hey, slow down, blah, blah, blah. You wanted this. Hey, who's going to beat me here? Who's going to beat me? And I heard him, and I'm like, I was going to talk some shit. And I'm like, nah, you know what? Let me keep to my little, just, so I'm just eating cool. And then I look over, and I realize the kid hasn't eaten any of his crust. I'm like, it's over. It's over. I go, I'm going to destroy this kid, and I'm going to start messing with him. And so I start, I'm just whatever. And then I hear them talk about the crust. And I go, hey, Nick, hey, what's it called? What about the crust? And he goes, yeah, you got to eat the crust. And like they all had their crust all the way down. And so I started waiting and cutting my crust because I knew that pizza's so rich that I knew I needed crust to mix with it. Like you didn't want just ziti and cheese.
Right.
Yeah, you need the crust kind of broke it up a little bit.
And so I started cutting my crust. But I knew, here's the thing. If I had crust left, that's over. I could eat crust all day.
Right.
It's stomaching the ziti and the cheese.
Yeah, right.
So I'm on 3. I get to 4. I start leaving the crust though. I get to 4. He's still on 3.
Right.
It's over.
Yeah, at one point I came back out, I look over, and he's just sitting back, and he's still got the same slice from 15 minutes ago when I went inside.
can tell
And
he got
Mitch is like 2 slices away at this point. I'm like, this kid's
And I started just taking the big slices and I grab them and then I follow it up with a crust and then and then finally I finally cut the last part and all I had to do, I had 3 pieces of crust left.
Yeah.
And it's over. It was over. And that kid still was on his third slice.
So they gave 45 minutes. Mitch finished in just over 25 minutes.
Oh wow.
And then he came back because we were sitting inside because there was a crowded patio.
Right.
He just got up. Everybody started cheering. He walked inside and sat down at the table with us while we finished our lunch.
And let me tell you this, I drank iced tea and water.
Yeah.
Like I was drinking iced teas. I had 2 refills of iced teas. I had a couple of your uncle's French fries. When I was like,
Hey,
fucking-
so the second Mitch gets done, the lady that runs the whole thing's inside. I walk inside and I go, yeah, Mitch just wants to know when the second pizza comes out. And she's like, what? I'm like, he's done. He wants to know when the second pizza gets prepared. And she's like, really? He's gonna make me go broke. I was like, he's just joking. He's done though.
and we don't even know if anybody finished or not, but whatever.
Yeah, so with like 4 minutes left, she came in and said, there's 2 people, it was a husband and wife, that were battling. They were both down to their last piece, and it was who's going to finish the most of it. But I'm not even sure either of them actually finished the pizza.
Gotcha.
So Mitch might have been the only one to finish the whole pizza, too.
And he got the medals, but
Yeah, I forgot to bring.
all right. So next, hey, listen,
All right.
hey, next episode, you got to bring that in.
All right.
And not only did they get 2 medals, but they have a trophy that's like a big bowl of pasta, and there's like pasta going up, and there's a fork with
Pasta
pasta wrapped
pounder.
around it, and it says pasta pounder. And then the funniest thing is it says annual pasta pounder, but like some of the letters were looked up. So my brother's like, anal pasta pounder.
That's actually what Chris said. She's like, what's that? Anal pasta? Anal? I'm like, what?
No Diddy. No Diddy.
No, did he?
So we were giving him a hard time. So Mitch is forever be known as the anal pasta pounder.
No, pause, but no.
Hey, speaking of beating ups,
Yeah, speaking of ass beatings.
yeah, speaking of ass beats, bro, let's talk about the big story at hand, okay? So we talk about it every week, it seems like, but it's not no longer is the diddler is actually the Diddy.
Yep.
Well, I should say it's no longer the Diddy, it's the diddler for sure.
It's he did.
Yeah, he's dead. I mean, so for you guys don't know, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, whatever, Mr. Sean Combs was caught on camera chasing Cassie down the hallway after he allegedly had already punched her in the eye, literally down the hallway
In a towel.
stopped her, grabbed her bag from her,
They were on the
stomped
floor.
her, threw her on the floor, stopped her, then proceeds to kick her, then drag her ass all the way back to the room. If you see the videos, it's very disturbing. There's
no joking about that.
It's no joking about that. Hitting on women it's no place in this fucking world from it. It was sickening to watch. It was terrible.
Well, that was from like 2017?
2016, and it was,
2016.
if I'm not mistaken, the Intercontinental Hotel, which people were saying, why was he at the First of all, why was he at a hotel? Why was he at the Intercontinental? Even though Intercontinental's 4-star,
Yeah.
but it isn't.
It's a nicer hotel.
It's
That's
a
nice.
nicer, but it's not Diddy.
Yeah,
class.
but my whole thing is, why didn't the tape release before now?
Well, I mean okay.
allegedly paid
Yeah. So according to the bodyguard, Diddy played off. He knew there was tapes. He had someone play security off. That security company is no longer
Part of the hotel.
Part of the hotel.
He's
So,
the management, yep.
yeah, no management.
They're even saying that maybe that's the reason he went to the Intercontinental is because he had connections to security and everything there.
So
Get away with this shit.
yeah. So that was, the new management said that's not us. That would never went on if that happened.
New management, Shaggy.
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
2-3 days later, he comes out with the apology, essentially apologizing to the world for his actions instead of apologizing to Cassie, which was really wild to me. It's like, he said it was a dark time in his life, and he went to counseling for it.
But what's even crazier about that is when the whole Cassie lawsuit came out, he vehemently denied everything and said he's going to have his day of justice, and he didn't do anything.
Yeah, well, he never thought this tape was going to come out.
Exactly. And,
And
that's
so-
what we said. That's what I said a long time ago on the show.
Yeah,
We went
and so my thing is, I really think what happened. The reason why the lawsuit came out because they knew that the statutes of limitation was running out on everything anyway. So the statute, according to the LA County Police, they cannot prosecute because the statutes of limitation for this action has run out on the action. But I really think the police leaked this video, or someone in the police department leaked this video. Just they knew they couldn't prosecute him, but they could prosecute him.
I think the powers that be want to. They're bringing Diddy down. So
Here's-
the next
here-
guy can-
Or he's part of the play. Because here's the thing: here's the thing. Remember, I said a couple. We got a question. This information's coming a little too easily to sit there and go. Again, remember, I said this 2-3 weeks ago. Be very careful on the psyops part of it. To expose it, to get people just used to it, to eventually get people to accept it. Here's the one interesting thing. 50 Cent made the documentary. We'll talk about that. Sold it to Netflix or whatever. How do you get Stevie J in the documentary? I'm just curious because Stevie J and Stevie J has beef with 50 Cent. You know what I mean? It's just interesting.
Well, everybody has
friends of my enemies or enemies of my enemies are my friends, or whatever they say. So.
And here's the thing. Okay, so a lot of people have gone quiet. Floyd Mayweather is the only person that's came out on Diddy's side, but Floyd Mayweather's been accused of beating up.
Well, I heard Meek Mill unfriended Diddy on all social media.
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
I think they're having a lover's quarrel.
Meek is getting literally getting drugged through.
Dreams and nightmares.
I don't know if you heard one of his songs. At the beginning of one of his songs, it's like, I hope you forgive me what I did with Diddy. Oh, you guys never heard that?
Yeah, no.
What I did I'm a real nigga from Philly. You know what I'm saying? And I can play that song for you, but people go back and like, listen to stuff like that. But I really want to talk about. Because we touched on women's right last week, and now we have this come up this week, and I just want to say right now is if you're going through any domestic violence, reach out to somebody. I don't care who it is. Don't let that shit pass. It's not acceptable. Don't say, oh, he'll change or stuff like that. It's in his nature. It's in his character. That's what he does. Get out.
And let's just say this though,
you know what I'm saying?
on both ends, because women can be abusive as well.
Here's the thing.
So if you're in an abusive relationship, whether you're man or female or whatever, trans, anything, get out. Don't make excuses like you're saying. Don't accept it. It's not acceptable. You shouldn't be with somebody that's going to treat you like that.
Mm-hmm. No, and I totally agree. And like I said, that was appalling. You can't listen. Let's be real. Most women, 90% of women, can't stand up to any one of us. You know what I'm saying? And for you to hit on a woman, it's
disgusting.
It's disgusting. You're overpowering a woman because you can, and that makes you a big man.
Here's the thing too, the dragging, the arrogance. I'll even say this:
the kicking while you're on the ground, bro.
Kicking on the ground, the keeping of the tape, to me tells me there's an ego thing. I'll tell you something else too.
Well, no. The tape, the tape.
Suppose it was a safe.
Yeah, it was in the safe. It was like Cassie had gotten this, and that's what it leads me to believe is if she had that tape, what else tapes did she have?
And then let me just say this though. Supposedly it was in Diddy's safe, right? That's what I heard.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, he kept like.
So why would you keep the evidence unless you want to get off on it?
Oh, just burn. Like I got what you're saying. If you got something,
it's a power flex.
Gotcha.
We should have probably all realized when he made the band walk for cheesecake. I'm not even kidding. I know this sounds funny. It was an inside joke, but considering Diddy had 3 shows on MTV that all were making the bands. The Danny D. Kane, the singer one. What's it called? I can't remember what the group was called. And then remember making the band with Dylon and Freddie and all these guys. And they made them walk for cheesecake.
Yeah. Did you see the David Chappelle?
Yeah. With Dylon, which he says ruined his career. Right. Afterwards, he's all crying. But either way, again, when you see that, and it was funny to make good entertainment, but this is really this dude's ego. This is really how he feels about himself. Again, keeping that tape, like if you wanted to protect yourself, you burn the evidence so it's never found again.
Yeah, right.
He wanted to watch that shit and see his flex. And again, there's weird people in this world that get off on control to the point where they control people that put them in situations where they control them, where they hurt them, where they control them, where they mentally break them down, physically break them down. And I think people like that can get off on shit like that. And I bet he did.
Hey, it reminds me. I don't know if you ever seen the movie. It's kind of twisted. The movie 8mm with Nicolas Cage,
Yeah.
where the old rich dude kept the snuff film that he paid people to produce in his safe. Like some people are just out there, like they get off on that shit. Like you said, Mitch, it's like a power thing for them. It's like, hey, look what I did, or look what I can
feel like they're alive.
look what I can get away with.
Look what life I can ruin, I can control.
Yeah, I mean, some model just came out and filed a suit against Diddy, saying that he drugged her and raped her and that afterwards he ruined her career, allegedly.
Now, here's the thing. I mean, is it alleged anymore? I mean, his credibility is shot, right? It's gone. I mean, his career is over, right?
Can we say this? He comes out and apologizes. First of all, he looked like he was on a binger for like 7 days,
Right.
like drunk, like his eyes glazed over, puffy as shit. No pun intended. I mean, like he looks beat down, like he was drinking and
Well, don't you
partying.
think? I mean,
Kind of like
if you got the,
like Cassie after that
listen,
video.
Yeah.
listen, if you got the whole world crashing down on you,
of course, yeah.
you gonna look like hell too.
So then I'm going to go make my apology video, and I'm going to contradict the statement I said. By any means, I'm going to venomously deny this, and somebody's out to get me, blah, 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 and I'm innocent, and wait till I prove it. Now I'm sorry, 2016, I saw a psychiatrist. You know what I mean? Like, it's just all PR, but I think, again, I'm going to say what I said a month ago or whatever on the show. Be very careful. Be very careful, because I don't think this is all 100% how it's played out. I think there's still some scriptedness of this.
Okay.
And again, that's all I can say on it.
So, like I said, Diddy's going through this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's going to be more celebrities that are?
There's already been hints of it, including obviously the Kendrick and Drake stuff.
Yeah. The Kendrick Drake. We talked about this in the green room. We haven't been able to confirm it, but I was talking to you guys about it. It's like since this beef has been coming out, and then Kendrick has been saying, hey, Drake's been talking to these underage girls, stuff like that. Possibly has some inappropriate relationships or whatever. His last house that he has here in the U.S. has gone up for sale. I don't know if that's true. We definitely need to fact check that and come back from that. But it's funny to me that some people that also being talked about out there has been very quiet is Jay-Z and Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? I'm very interested to see if anything comes. They're always now people are screaming, oh, maybe we need to reevaluate Kim Porter's death.
Oh, of course, definitely they do.
Stuff
Definitely
like that. But here's my thing: if you resume the body, how do you autopsy that? I don't know if you know about the dude that originally did the autopsy. It came back inconclusive. He was later fired and replaced by another. A dude that did an autopsy says, she died of
brain hemorrhage.
Brain hemorrhage. But I'm saying, is there more? Here's my thing: is Diddy going to jail? Is he going to jail, or does he have too much dirt on folks? Because that's what I believe now. Now knowing all what I've seen up to this point, I believe that raid was not a raid where they were going in there because they were trying to build a case on it. I believe there's some higher ups that are on some tapes that are videotaped that are out there after this tape that whatever they found there, that they had gone in and trying to find out exactly what's
Here's
in there.
what I'm gonna tell you. I don't think he ends up in jail. I think he ends up Epsteined. He's gonna have a slip and fall.
That's gonna be hard to do. I think.
Why they got to Epstein in a jail?
But how many
Cameras
people?
broke.
Okay, let's
Security guards fell asleep.
Let's be real.
If he's not still alive.
Let's be real about this. Epstein. How many of us knew about Epstein until
She had the highest profile child sex predator case going on in history, and he ends up dead in jail.
No. But I'm saying.
And the series of events of things that had to happen
I'm saying
for him to be.
I'm saying Puff been around since the early '90s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take that.
I'm saying, it's no way coincidentally he ends up dead.
Why not?
I think you can't kill. I think he's
Not a coincidence. He's going to
it's-
end up dead.
I think it's so.
And it's going to be, he shot himself in the back of the head 3 times.
Yeah, the back of the head.
I mean, hey, there's shit like that. Hey, there's shit like that that happens where, the guy was shot in the back of the head twice by a shotgun. It was a suicide. And it's like people just accept it because
That was Gary Webb, the guy that broke the story for the CIA, the Iran-Contra story.
it's like how did they do that? And people just take it because that's what the news tells them.
But you know what it is too? It gets the dummies that just follow everything for face value. I saw it on TV, so it's true. It gets those people out the way, and it gets everybody else that really wants to put some thought into it. It's basically a middle finger to those people.
Yeah.
It's like, look, they're laughing in your face. That's why they make it a double shotgun. They don't, they could do the heart thing. They could do but they want certain people to know that they can. It's like pissing on everything you fucking do. It's like you can't do shit about it. And so we're going to make sure that those of you that don't want to look the other way or that are, going to think about it or be open-minded, we're going to make sure you see the middle finger we're sending you and how we're laughing.
Well, it's like you hear all the shit coming out about Matthew Perry and his death, and now they're opening up an investigation into that because I guess he was on ketamine and he wasn't in the hot tub that long, and there was like a bunch of other stuff. So they're wondering if maybe he was drugged or off somehow.
Here's the thing. At a certain point, I'm going to say this, and it's not going to be fun, but we need to quit jocking celebrities and athletes. They put on their pants the same way we do. They're humans. You know what I mean? Like at a certain point, jock the people that help other people out and elevate lives. That's truly, and again, I know that's boring and dull.
I get what
That's
you're
not the world we live in. But again,
Yeah, exactly.
But again, the reason I say that is because that's the world that this is set up on. So we sit there and we mull over people we've never met that have never done anything for us other than entertain us, and we put them on such a pedestal that we can't believe they're gone or that they do these crazy ass things.
But guess what? Is we do that because they're supposed to, like you said, they put them on a pedestal because they're supposed to be the ones where if we wanted to, escape our dull lives.
Again, the system
we can live vicariously.
But again,
through their lives.
the system set up, it's bread and circuses from the Roman times. It's like we got to be entertained and we got to look over here, and they're going to use these people as puppets. I'm starting to believe, again, this world is not what it seems, and if you repeat that to yourself 3 times every day, you'll start to be a little more open-minded.
That is the coincidence theory
Buster.
head master.
Buster.
All right, man. All right, we come to the end of the show. Grady, give me your thoughts of the day.
Thoughts of the day. So I'm just gonna put out here, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in this world between.
Yes.
I mean, I think I heard Joe Biden came out and said that he was vice president during the COVID situation. I don't know if his mind's all there or what's going on with that. Even Trump said some crazy shit. So, politics are crazy. Financial markets crazy. You see stores shutting down left and right and closing locations. I just heard McDonald's is going to go away with free refills. They're pulling all of their soda machines out of the lobby, and you're going to have to pay for a refill, and it's going to go behind the counters. Just craziness on every level from every aspect of things. And my thought of the day is, if you're out here and you're struggling in any type of way, if things are getting too crazy for you, or if you're not sane, things are starting to not make sense to you, seek help. Find something, whether it be spiritual, whether it be counseling, whether it be therapy, whether it be, whatever it is. Find a way to overcome and take care of yourself. Like you said, we always put all these celebrities and these famous people on a pedestal. Start putting yourself on a pedestal and looking internally for someone to look up to. And build yourself up and not worry about what other people are doing or what other people think, and find a way to make yourself better and find peace within yourself.
There you go.
So my thought of the day is, again, and I know people say it's cliche, it's a small world, but I signed up for something online last week because my shoulder's been bugging me for a year now, at the gym and everything else. And so I've been trying to figure out, is it somebody needs surgery, whatever, or, can I get it fixed? I wanted to go to a chiropractor. I've never been to a chiropractor, never, ever. And so I decided I saw this ad. There was a place down the road. The reviews were through the roof. They had this deal going on where they x-rayed your, they gave you an x-ray and the, alignment and stuff. So I decided to go. So I go to my appointment. It's out in Gilbert, whatever. And I'm talking to the lady there, and, she's getting all my info, et cetera. You play sports, how long, et cetera, this, whatever. And she goes, so you an Arizona native? I go, I might as well be now, but I've been here since like 97. Where are you from originally? I'm from the Bay Area. Oh, really? I'm from the Bay Area too. I go, oh, what part? San Jose? I go, I'm from Vallejo. She goes, oh, okay. She goes, my husband's from San Ramon. I go, oh, San Ramon, I used to play basketball out there. In fact, I used to go to junior college at DVC. She goes, oh, he used to go to DVC. I go, really? He played sports out there, and stuff. And then she goes, he used to go to a few different high schools. He got in a little bit of trouble, but he went to De La Salle and this. And I go, oh, shit, I went to St. Pat's, So we're like, and then I go, I went up to Sac State. And then she goes, yeah, he went up to Sac State. I'm like, what the hell? And I go, yeah, I used to work at Chevy's on the river. He used to work at Chevy's in Sacramento.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, what? Hold on a second. And she goes, I looked at your guy's age. You probably know him. So she says his name. I go, that's my boy Dale. What's up? Yeah. So it was crazy. So I knew her husband.
Gotcha.
And so then I hit him up on Facebook, and we were chopping it up and stuff.
There you go.
So it's just crazy. It's a small world, no matter how far. 6 degrees of 6 degrees of separation. Shout out Kevin Bacon.
There you go. Hey, last thing, I just want to double back on what I said earlier, man. If you're going through some stuff, whether you're male or female, in an abusive relationship. Get help, man. Get the fuck out of there. I don't care. Don't think, oh, he loves me or she loves me. That's how they show their love for me. Bullshit. You deserve better. And move on.
And bob and weave.
All right. On that, we out. See you next week.